start off at the beginning. These are allegations. They haven't been proven true. Young Philly's getting canceled. Philly's getting canceled. Philly's getting canceled. Young 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 Philly's getting canceled.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk Podcast. Just making sure we are all aware of what is going on and who we're talking about. I decided to play it back a bit.
Young Philly's getting canceled. Young Philly's getting canceled.
Popular musician and YouTuber from the UK, known as Young Philly, has been extradited from Queensland to WA, accused of serious sexual allegations following an incident in Perth.
That's right, Lara, and it's serious. He's facing 4 counts of penetration without consent.
What?
3 counts of occasioning bodily harm and 1 count of impeding a person's normal breathing or circulation. Detectives say the 29-year-old man said...
Correct. Choking her.
Yeah. Assaulted a woman in her 20s in his Perth hotel room after he performed an event in Hillary's on Saturday, September 28.
All right. So his bail conditions are pretty strict. He's going to be stuck over there till December. He's not allowed to leave Western Australia until he's stood trial. Apparently, the police officers have strong CCTV evidence for why they justified themselves making the extradition and the arrest, as well as photos and videos of the young girl's injuries to her body and to her neck. So, if you don't know who Young Philly is a very popular content creator and a semi-popular music artist. Squad, the work he's done with Chunks, and he's been on BBC.
What?
Done a whole bunch of television shows. It's done. Young Philly has a long history of being weird around women, apparently. So we're going to examine some of that, take a look at it towards the end. I personally know quite a lot of creators who've either work with him consistently, or know a lot about him through being in the UK scene. And most of them, all of them have negative things to say about him.
Really?
Yeah. What I know is that from all the people I know who have interacted with him, they all say a lot of the same little things. He's very aggressive with ladies, and they all say he's incredibly arrogant and very pompous when the cameras are off, and he's just very mean towards people.
Gotcha.
And these are people I respect very well.
Yes.
They're like, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You know, if they would have said this about Chunks,
it's not shit. It's been
yeah, him, Young Philly doing the silly with his Willie. Moving like Young Diddy. I mean, some of these are just arrogance. He goes here and someone says, yes, he tried to make me and my friends guess how much money he makes yearly. And when we said we had boyfriends, he called us dead things anyways. But here's the one that really stood out to me. The way he was acting in Australia was outrageous. And then someone else replies, what happened? And then the original poster says, he bit my homegirl outside the club. Now, mind you, this is 4 or 5 months ago before any of this kind of stuff surfaced. And over the years, there was talk of him being involved with an underage person. There's a lot of little things like that. And overall, the vibe that he gives off, as well as what people say about him, is he's a bit of a, I don't know if sex pest is the right term.
Adam was an only child.
Listen to the question, babe, yeah?
So there's no other brothers or sisters.
Your hair smells nice, so what
Thank you.
Was it that weird to sniff someone's hair during the interview?
Yes, it is. But it's just like that's a bit odd, isn't it? That's a bit off, right? But when we know what we know, it's like,
yeah. I mean, part of his humorous stick was being like a horny dog.
Wow.
That was part of his it was.
I understand.
For some people think that's funny. I always thought it was a bit cringe.
That can always that's gonna back.
That was his bit. Him and the other guy, the Panero dude, they would just often be really horny, sexually aggressive with ladies, and for them that was what was funny for the fans. But the reality,
look good as well. What's that? Oof, you're on jiggles as well. Oof.
Emily.
Come a bit closer to me, Emily. I don't think. And your name is
Gracie.
Emily and Gracie, ladies and gentlemen. Got great skin, by the way.
A tortoise.
Yeah, white gal's tick as well. Look after you.
Oh, you're amazing.
Don't hide.
Oh,
Come here. Ooh,
Great
mind me, put your head.
So, welcome back, everyone. A quick interjection in this topic. Well, obviously, this is not my usual podcast topic. I find this, to be honest, very difficult to talk about. Me personally, have I heard about this content creator, Philly, whatever his name is? Yes, quite famous, quite popular. Everyone who has been on YouTube has somewhat seen a fun clip of him and his friends, I would say. Well, you can tell I'm not really involved, but have I seen the face? I have. Is it shocking? It is very shocking in the sense of to me, I'm thinking, why, right? Like in general, people who do this, you're always like, why? So far, I guess it's still an allegation, given the fact that there are some evidence. Well, I'm not really keyed in how these things work. We all understand that nowadays people are being cancelled up and down. Yeah, it has become, unfortunately, more or less a common thing. A lot of people are being banned on certain platforms due to, let's say, the right reasons. I mean, if you want to play a stupid game, you're going to win a stupid prize for sure. But in other cases, people are just getting cancelled for having a bit of a different opinion. This is not what we're talking about. This is someone who harmed another person. And I think people who want to force themselves onto other people, physically, sexually, whatever kind of manner, right? The person is not agreeing to it. You still want to do it because you think you have the money, you think you have the fame, you can get away with it. A lot of the times they do get away with it, but yet that does not make it right, okay? So I'm not really sure where my mind is going with this. To me, the reason why I guess it's so shocking is, I was just thinking, you are a young man in the best position and time of his life, surrounded by beautiful young women who already want to give you all the attention and whatnot. Some of them might be seeking whatever kind of, intentions, but there is no reason for you to be aggressive about these kind of interactions with the opposite gender. It doesn't make sense. So now you have most likely blown your career, your life, your reputation, people around you, people that you did hurt as well. Let's not forget them. You did all of this for no reason. It just doesn't make sense to me. Another thing that I really want to stretch is I find it very, very hard to understand how all these things can happen over a long period of time. How so many people, they are aware, they heard something, they see something, they know someone who knows something. Even the people, even the people who, unfortunately find themselves in those situations beforehand. Sometimes you hear afterwards, they kind of knew, they kind of suspected, suspected, they kind of, it's kind of allowed and all these things. And I am thinking to myself, we really need to talk more about this, okay? We need to draw topics like this out more loud. And maybe this is something that I want to start keying into more, this idea of telling people you do not have to put yourself in a shameful position. You do not have to allow someone else treating you in a shameful manner because you think you're going to get XYZ, or because you think they can do that with you because they are XYZ, or they know XYZ, or because they are so much more, wealthy, successful than you are. That is so wrong. I'm going to connect this to another thing that I saw recently on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, it's from a different platform. It's going viral, all that good stuff. So apparently there's this guy on some kind of streaming platform. I don't even know the name. And, young kids, boys, girls, adults, everyone is kind of playing around on this streaming platform. And I guess the intention, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking the intention behind it is maybe this person who's doing this, he's trying to teach the young ones a lesson in the sense of be more aware, don't be so gullible on the internet, all these things. But at the same time, I get it if that's the intention. At the same time, it's kind of like you are also putting these vulnerable, naive people in a bad position, right? We have developed with social media and everything being so loosey-goosey, we have developed a culture where especially women, young girls, are okay to, in a fun way, right? I'm just putting this in, I wish you could see my hands, in a fun way, allowing certain things to happen because they think this is the norm now. They think, if I do this, I'm going to get to meet my favorite celebrity, who knows who. So this guy is sitting in his room streaming, as I said. He would go live, and behind him there's a green screen, so he can literally just create whatever scenery he wants, and he would put people up like, oh yeah, like actually like Philly or this other streamer guy. I don't even know. It's a bit of a different age, but these young girls would go crazy thinking, oh my god, I'm going to get to talk to this celebrity. Let's call them celebrity. This YouTubers, whatnot. And then he would ask them to do like the most outrageous task, like drink whatever or throw something over your head, take this glass of milk and pour it on your hair, act silly in whatever kind of way, and they would literally do it. Now, yes, he's not forcing them to do it in that sense. I guess this is a completely different topic, but the thing that I'm trying to stretch is that everyone is on streaming, everyone does this, it's so fun, you want to see a celebrity, you want to get a bit of this moment, and then you just find yourself doing stupid, silly, dangerous things. And if we look back, actually, let's they don't need no introduction. I guess everyone knows Abba and Preach, one of my favorite fun YouTubers. If you need some entertainment, or a lot of times also they cover really important topics, which like this one. So I guess if you look back with the clips that I took out, you would see this Philly guy interacting with women. I guess like a festival scenario. I don't know. It's like a fun situation. Obviously, no one is forcing them to do whatever. They are willingly participating in this flirty, playful, whatever. But the problem is, how to put this? They are allowing something unknowingly, kind of like boosting his attitude, the ego, giving him a pass. And it's just a matter of time until one gullible girl is going to allow more. And that's going to give him even more of a pass. So obviously there's someone else that people are talking about today, nowadays, since weeks on the internet. We know what is going on. I guess this year is the year of exposure. A lot of things are coming out. I'm not sure too many people are surprised in that sense. I'm not really into that, like keying into that life. You know how some people on the internet are actually very much involved in what is happening in the celebrity world, and then, they give you all the details. Not my part, but we all still know what is going on. And I guess a lot of people are not surprised, just like in this case, as, Abba and Preach reacted. It's like, you're kind of no, you're not that shocked. And that is the problem. We need to stop. The moment where people are in certain circles, okay, and you see someone doing something that is obviously harmful, please say something. Please address it. Like, do something. Or go to that girl at least and, like, do something. It is so bad how you would then, over years, find out, oh, this person knew, and that person saw it, and that person was already suspicious about their behavior, and this and that, and this and that. And then you have, like, a bunch of people, a list of people who possibly could have done something, but no one does anything. And that is an issue. Okay, let's keep it rolling.
It's part of his brand. He's a bit of a horn dog.
I see what you're saying.
Again, in a vacuum, I don't think this thing is necessarily a smoke gun. It is just a bit weird behavior, in my opinion.
It is.